Well, now I'm just going to check the pigs this morning, give them their feed. They've been out here grazing in this woodland that surrounds us all around, and I've been rotationally moving them through the woods so that they constantly have access to fresh grubs, roots, pasture, grass. You can see all this out here has already been grazed by them, and it's come back as lush as ever. I've got some hay bales thrown in to the pastures so that they can absorb the nitrogen in their excrement. Now, one of the first things you'll see here I've got is my water jug that's here, and hopefully it's just full now. That lasts them about a week, 50 gallons for 6 pigs. In a typical confinement feed operation, they would require a lot more water because they wouldn't be getting the moisture from the soil and their natural foods. They'd be eating just grain. Now behind me, or rather in front of me here, you can see we're gonna have to feed them because they're getting quite loud. They're really hungry. You can see there the pigs have made a nest in the hay, and that's where probably they've been sleeping. And a little bit further over here is where I've just moved them from. You can see there's absolutely no vegetation left, and they've really churned up the soil, and that's one of their nests in the clearing there. But within a few weeks that will have grown back, and it'll be ready if I have to run them through a third time in another 2 months. All the way down there at the end of the lane is where I had them before, and we just progress them in this net pen, and they move sequentially down this woodland track. In addition to all the grass and grubs and roots that this pasture has to offer the pigs, we also feed them leftover stale bread, some grain, any produce or weeds or scraps from the garden, and any other vegetable parings or kitchen scraps from the kitchen. As you can see, they love this day-old stale bread. We can feed them for less than $1 a day this way, and they get plenty of nutrition. And as you can see, they've more than tripled in size. Before we send them on to be slaughtered, they'll have to double in size yet again. At this point now, they all average about 120 pounds, which fluctuates depending on what they find to eat out here in the pasture and how much we give them to eat. It certainly does them no harm to be raised this way. Rowan loves to help out with the pigs, help keep them in line and steal some of their food. I think it's crucial that if you're going to eat something, you learn to raise it or get to know it or visit it on a farm where it comes from. It doesn't bother me one bit to pet and scratch these pigs, knowing full well that I'll be enjoying their hams come the fall. In fact, in one sense, it makes the food that's going to come from these animals seem that much better because I know where they've been, I know what they've been fed, and I've taken a part in raising them. It may be a little hard to have Trio here, my favorite pig, go to market, but I'll know that every time I've massaged his bacon or hams, it's added to the flavor.
Rowan, having grown up with the hogs since they were piglets, is as much a guardian and herd dog with them as she is a friend and nurse. Hogs are very social animals, and they love to eat, sleep, and play together. Just like any other social creature, there will be skirmishes. But in a setting like this, where the hogs are happy, does this in no way lead to brutality? Hogs left free in this situation are fully able to thrive and look after themselves, despite what the pork industry says about the need for confinement stalls and furrowing crates. All these animals have their teeth and tails intact. There is no cannibalism because they are too busy with all their activity in the fresh air and sunshine. My hogs love to root around and snork for tasty treats under the soil. With the installation of a water fountain, these creatures are largely self-sufficient.